what's the...
They sort of learn a pattern.
Yeah.
The bulls sort of develop a pattern that they're going to come out and this is what... they don't want someone on their back. They want to get rid of them. That's the original thought. I'm speaking, that's how I think a bull would think. And then they develop a pattern that works, and then it becomes like a game. It's like throwing the ball to the dog. You throw it, and then it brings it back, and eventually it becomes fun. And I sort of think that's what happens with the bulls when you watch them develop. They just originally want to get that person off their back, and then they develop ways of doing it. There was that famous bull in Australia, Chainsaw. He used to come out of the chute and jump straight up in the air and turn sideways, and that was a pattern.
It's a Gold Coast first.
In the worlds before Monkey, primal chaos reigned.
This podcast is brought to you by Koala Karma, the chill-out drink. Somewhere. Sit back, relax.
And happy birthday to you, Drew.
Thank you for my cake.
That's okay. Did you enjoy it?
I enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed the espresso martinis.
And what about our guest tonight?
Our guest tonight was Dean Caulfield from the COLT SEAVERS Band. Great rockabilly band. He's actually more of a legend on screen, actually. He's a huge stuntman.
Which he didn't really like.
He
did he?
He didn't talk about it much. But I was way more interested in that, actually. And his
Maybe
rodeo
he's not allowed
credits.
to. I know.
He's just a real man, Rika.
He's just
a man.
So many layers to him.
He doesn't even eat salad.
And he's only revealing slowly, little bits at a time.
I know. It got good in the end, you know what?
Do you think we should have him back, sooner rather than later?
Yeah.
Okay, so there were certain things that he told us afterwards, which he told us before we even started, that he couldn't disclose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who does that? Librans don't do that.
Librans just don't think sometimes.
100%. Look at us, two Librans. When's it your birthday? In 2 days?
Yeah. No. In 2 days.
We're just hopeless. We are Librans.
But we're honest and genuine.
Yeah. Can't keep secrets. I can't.
I can't. No. Well, because you can't lie. I can't lie.
I can't lie at all.
I can't lie, and that's why I find it hard to deal with people who can lie.
Yeah.
Especially when they lie to me, because I'm like, really? Really? Did you really lie? I don't even go, how could you do that? It's more like, are you sure? Are you sure you lied? Or what? Why would you need to lie?
Yeah. Well, you just realise there's people think that they think differently. To me, it's just like a switch. There's the thing that happens, and the thing that doesn't happen, and some people can not reveal things to you in ways that make things happen differently. And I go, you sneaky but you know what? When I worked at SeaWorld, there was a guy who was a great mate of mine, Dane.
Yeah.
And we'd work on the wild mouse ride.
Yeah.
And how it worked, you'd get on, the first guy to get on would have to do the crappy part that meant getting people off the ride. That sucked. You had to, okay, everyone get off. The cool job was to be at the front of the roller coaster, operating the roller coaster, where all you had to do was sit there in a little chair, turn the roller coaster on, and here it comes, and undo the lock. Right? He did this to everyone. He'd go, oh, hey. He'd call out to me, hey, man, I've got to call the head office for something. Can we swap for a second?
Yeah.
He'd do it after 5 minutes of our half-an-hour shift. So then he'd be pretending to call someone and be in there for a good 5 to 8 minutes so that when he'd hang up, chances are everyone would say, you may as well just stay there in the cushy job.
Yeah.
Well, it turns out he was lying the whole time. I took that so personally. Like, hey, how can you do that to me? To
but
me?
It's not, I think you just have to stop thinking about you. It's not about you. It's about him and what he's capable of. And it would have happened to anyone, regardless of, if I was standing there, it would have happened to me. So it's not about you.
Yeah, but you as a Libran wouldn't do that to anyone, right?
Oh, no.
Because you want to give someone something, I think. Is that right? Look at you. You bought a cake tonight. You wanted to give You know, your Liberans, a good Liberan is kind of always the feeling of, oh, you shouldn't have done that. Here, have more than it's worth, you know.
I don't know if that's a Libran thing, but I see that we have something in common there. It's like you go out of your way to make sure others are happy.
All balanced, make sure it's all cool.
Yeah.
If they're good people.
Yeah.
Were you bummed out when they named a bunch of women's sanitary products after, like, you know, Libra? I was pissed off. Hated that. As much as people from cancer, like Cancerians, you just don't hear about people that have the Cancer star sign.
No, wait a minute, because the star sign is Libra.
5 minutes and 30 seconds. Go.
Okay, the star sign is Libra. The sanitary product is Libra.
Same difference.
No.
Have you ever worn them?
Absolutely.
Really?
I'm a Libran wearing Libra.
Okay, we promised
is it
ourselves
a
this
Libran
intro
wearing
would only
Libra?
get...
Yeah.
This,
Okay.
Promised ourselves this wouldn't go 5 minutes.
I
We've got
know.
one little fast story for you.
Okay.
My second ever job was working as a checkout chick at Bilo at Loganholme.
A checkout chick.
And in the training,
Yeah.
right, they would say, okay, now everyone go out to the supermarket before it was actually open. The Hyperdome wasn't even open yet. Go out there and pick up some stuff and bring it back. For some reason, I brought back what I thought was just like it was like they were, you know, black and white labeled sanitary napkins.
Yeah.
Right? They were actually ladies' pads, but I had no idea.
What did you think you were getting?
I don't know. They were like tissues or something. Like, it was just a nice and easy package of soft sort of thing. And oh man,
I've got something to.
But I wasn't a funny person. It was like they were just kind of going, "Who is this weirdo? Is it?" And I'm with a straight face.
Oh no, we're 6 minutes 43. But can I say something that's similar to that? Like, you know, when I was dating Dan and he was doing the fish and chip shop, the convenience store next door, or it was next door. The convenience store. I think they were changing owners or something. So they were having a clear out sale anyway. And so Dan's ringing him up and he goes, "Oh hey, they're having everything's $1. You know, did you want me to get you this, and this, and this, and see, I like to floss my teeth." Right, so he goes, and they've got dental floss here too. And I'm like, yeah, get it. If it's $1, you may as well. Anyway, he came back and he goes, "Here you go, Rick." It was like about 3 packets of, you know, the tablets that you put in water to put your dentures in. Yeah. Thanks, Dan, but I don't wear dentures.
You still got them? I could wear them.
No, I checked him out. I don't even think I had the heart to tell him. I might have. I can't remember. But anyway, oh my God, we've gone way over.
Well, I've got one more for you. I was opening the show at Buskers by the Creek Friday night. There was probably 150 people standing on the stage. First 30 seconds. In good form, I felt like I was doing all right. Yeah, welcome everyone. My false teeth popped out to the front of my mouth like this. And everyone went fucking silent. They saw something pop out. And I actually said, "Do you see that?" And turned my back to the crowd for a second, popped them back in and went, "All right, and next up is blah, 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 blah." And jumped off stage and I went over to someone I knew and said, "Do you see that?" They went, "Yeah, what happened? What was that in your mouth?" And I had to explain to them. But then I asked someone else and they went, "What was that?" They couldn't work out what the hell
You
happened.
should have just come clean.
No, man.
See, I always
Nothing.
do that. I always come clean. And then sometimes I come clean when I don't have to. It's like, oh man, I could have got away with not saying anything, but too bad. Too late now.
There's something far deep. If I had farted, I would have said it. Like, oh, that's all right. But something that, like, you bolster. Oh, Jesus. Anyway,
so
Dean Caulfield, are you there, champion? Are you there?
Dean Colt
Seavers. Gay Rick's Rocks.
Hello, Drew.
How are you, champ?
Good, thank you.
On Tuesday.
Long time no see.
I know.
Feels like it, hey?
I know. It's been the craziest week. Before we introduce our champion guest, man, let me just tell you about what happened on the weekend with Buskers by the Creek, right?
Yeah, because I didn't go. Sorry.
Well, no one did because it was pissing raining. Yeah. And here I am with my great mate Cindy Jensen, who's been on this show like 15 times, right? So we've had plenty of drinks and talking on these same mics. So we've actually formed this great mateship where she's got this festival that she does every year. And what I'm saying this is because now that it was the first time it actually rained. So here's someone with all the greatest intentions putting a festival together.
And it wasn't just one day, it was like both days.
Oh, both days, yeah. And which had never happened before. So every single stage under a tree, 16 stages, all with PAs and instruments. Man, there's the greatest dude in the world, Dan from 11 Sound. He kept pulling his PA in and out for 2 days straight.
Yeah.
And we just found ourselves being this core little unit. It was also had been like a piss take for the last couple of years. Like, yeah, just having a blast, you know. But all of a sudden it was serious biz. Like 140 different acts were coming up to my little trailer going, excuse me, when am I on? Because stage 4 is just flooded.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
Oh, Jay.
You know, but it turned into this good thing. So I really feel for
Cindy.
But since she's personally lost a lot of money, she actually gained some massive sponsors
Yeah.
during the week, though, from people going, yeah, just love what you're doing. Like, anyone... we're going to introduce Dean Caulfield in a minute, so don't feel left out, because we never normally do this, Dean, to be honest, but
how
it's good that we
fitting,
can
though,
do this
because
first.
music festival, musician.
Here he is, Dean Caulfield, from the greatest band I've seen in ages, COLT SEAVERS.
Yeah.
Thanks, mate.
Seriously, man, how are you?
Yeah.
Get really close to that thing too, by the way.
Okay. So, yeah, it was a pity it rained on the weekend.
Yeah. Man, you do a lot of outdoor shows and stuff, like the COLT SEAVERS Band, a great rockabilly sort of, not even rockabilly, like country, like an act full of big stage stuff, you know. I saw you play outdoors at the what's the stadium in Brisbane? Suncorp in front of the Broncos, right?
Did you?
Yeah, it was the opening for the Broncos game, but we were shitting ourselves that it was going to rain because you can't go on the field if it rains. So they would have had to put us in one of the corporate areas and done it. But we got to play centre stage there.
Yeah.
But yeah, raining, no good.
But yeah,
no good for bands.
Isn't it weird that you're always indoors? You never think about that. But when it does rain, all of a sudden you get to know every single part of the crew because everyone's like, what are we going to do? And it's just spitting. Is it raining? It's actually raining. Oh no. Whoa. And then everyone has personal care. Then there's all that electricity to worry about. Get zapped and just nuts, man.
Yeah, you start getting zapped off the mic.
Yeah, but most of the time we just live in daydream land in the side of a pub where the PA's often mostly there.
Yeah.
You know, you never worry about that stuff.
No, we're lucky. We get to do a lot of festivals, outdoor festivals, car shows and rockabilly festivals, and most of them are outside. But we've had a good run. We had one gig cancel on Queen's birthday on the Monday. It rained and they rang in the morning and said, look, you know, you can still go on. It looks like it's going to keep wet, and it's just not worth getting all the gear wet. You know, there's thousands of dollars worth of gear. So yeah, I feel for Cindy for Buskers by the Creek because
I didn't realise no one went. I feel really bad for not going now.
Well, they did actually. As I plugged my battery in, they really did.
But wait a minute. So, sorry, I'm going to bring the story back to you for a minute. Because I haven't actually seen you perform, apart from that little YouTube video that I watched before I came out. But, because there's saxophone and, well, that big violin thing.
The big violin.
Because you didn't tell me what it's called.
No, we call it the big violin, but it's actually a double bass.
Double bass.
Yeah, but people get it confused with a cello.
What's a cello? Which one's a cello?
I'm really not sure.
Exactly.
Yeah, a double bass is it's the same strings and tuning as a bass guitar, but I've got a feeling a cello goes down to a different tuning because a violin's a different tuning. It's it's like guitar upside down, but with only 4 strings. And a mandolin's the same tuning as a violin. And I think the cello sort of goes into that, and that's more an orchestral instrument.
With the what do you call
the bow?
Bow. So it's not like playing a big guitar.
It's like playing a big a normal bass guitar.
Because it's got the same tuning on each
Same
string.
tunings, yeah. But you can play it with a bow.
Yeah. Oh, can you pluck it as well?